$12,749. That number sounds impossible for a new Tesla, so impossible that most people dismiss it without doing the math. But here is the uncomfortable truth. The real cost of a car is not the price tag. It is what you keep paying after you buy it. Gas, insurance, maintenance, depreciation, surprise, repairs that arrive exactly when you do not need them. In this video, we are not talking hype. We are talking real math that most reviewers avoid because it changes the entire conversation. And if you care about understanding money before spending it, please subscribe my channel because this is exactly the kind of breakdown that saves people thousands over time. By the end of this video, you will understand why a $12,749 Model 2 sounds fake on the surface but starts making sense once you follow the numbers all the way through. Where car money actually disappears every year. Let us start with reality, not marketing. Most people think the cost of a car ends at the purchase price. That belief is exactly why so many households feel squeezed every year. Here is where the money actually goes. Fuel costs quietly drain your budget month after month. Insurance premiums rise even when your car does not change. Maintenance visits turn into repair bills without warning. And depreciation erases value while you are still paying for the vehicle. For many drivers, especially over 50, the annual cost of owning a gas car quietly reaches thousands of dollars every single year, even after the car is paid off. That is the math nobody talks about. You buy a car once, but you pay for it every year you own it. This is why a $12,749 Tesla Model 2 feels shocking at first glance. Not because it is cheap, but because it challenges where the real costs live. Tesla did not ask, how do we sell a car for less money? They asked something much more uncomfortable. How do we stop owners from bleeding money year after year? And to understand that, we need to separate purchase price from ownership cost. In the next chapter, we will break down the annual ownership math side by side, and you will see exactly why the sticker price alone tells you almost nothing. The real ownership math nobody breaks down. Now, let us do the math most people never actually calculate. Because the real cost of a car is not what you pay on day one. It is what the car quietly takes from you every single year afterward. A typical gas car owner pays for fuel week after week. Insurance premiums increase even when driving habits stay the same. Oil changes, brake work, transmission service, and unexpected repairs stack up slowly but relentlessly. Over time, these costs add up to tens of thousands of dollars, even if the car itself is already paid off. And here is the part people underestimate. The most depreciation. Your car loses value every year whether you drive it or not. You can maintain it perfectly and it still becomes worth less with time. That loss is invisible until the day you sell or trade it in, and then it hits all at once. This is where Tesla flips the equation. Instead of focusing on selling a car with impressive features, Tesla focuses on reducing the reasons you keep paying. After you buy it, no fuel bills, far fewer moving parts, less routine maintenance, software updates that improve the car instead of aging it. That does not make the car free, but it changes the long-term math in a way gas vehicles simply cannot match. And this is why the idea of a $12,749 Model 2 is not just about affordability. It is about total cost of ownership, not sticker shock. In the next chapter, we will compare a Model 2 to a typical gas sedan and walk through the numbers year by year so you can see exactly where the savings actually come from. Gas sedan versus Model 2. The side-by-side math. Now let us put emotion aside and compare ownership the way money actually behaves. Imagine a typical compact gas sedan owned by a careful driver. Nothing fancy, no reckless driving. Just normal, responsible ownership. Every year, money leaves in predictable ways. Fuel alone quietly adds up month after month. Routine maintenance never stops. Oil changes, brake service, transmission care, unexpected repairs that arrive without warning. Insurance costs remain high because of mechanical complexity and accident repair risk. And depreciation keeps working in the background. reducing value every single year. Now, compare that to a Tesla Model 2. Electricity replaces fuel at a fraction of the cost. There is no engine oil, no transmission fluid, far fewer components that wear out over time. Maintenance becomes simple and predictable instead of random and stressful over several years. The difference becomes impossible to ignore. The gas car keeps demanding money just to stay alive. The Model 2 focuses on reducing how often you have to pay at all. This is the math most advertisements never show. Not because it is complicated, but because it changes how people think. In the next chapter, we will talk about the biggest objection people have to this idea. The question everyone asks immediately: how can a Tesla possibly cost $12,749 without cutting something important? What Tesla cut and what it refused to touch, this is the question that decides everything. How can a Tesla cost $12,749 without turning into a cheap disposable car? The answer is not shortcuts. It is priorities. Tesla did not remove what protects you. They removed what quietly drains money without improving ownership. Here is what. Tesla refused to cut. Safety systems stay intact. The structural design stays rigid and predictable. The battery and motor are engineered for long service life, not short-term performance headlines. Software support remains core to the experience. These are the things that matter over 10 or 15 years of ownership. Now, here is what Tesla intentionally removed: luxury features that add cost but not durability, decorative elements that increase repair bills, complex systems that fail expensively over time. No unnecessary motorized components. No fragile design elements that look impressive but break easily. No over-engineering where simplicity does the job better. Tesla focused on ownership reality, not showroom excitement. That decision alone removes thousands of dollars from the manufacturing cost without reducing the things that actually keep you safe and mobile. This is why the Model 2 feels different from traditional economy cars. It is not built to impress you for the first 5 minutes. It is built to stop costing you money for the next 10 years, and that philosophy matters because most cars are designed to sell. Very few are designed to age well. In the next chapter, we will talk about the biggest fear people still have: battery life, replacement cost, and long-term reliability. That is where most skepticism lives, and it deserves a clear, honest answer: battery life, replacement cost, and the fear nobody escapes. This is where most conversations about affordable electric cars stop. The battery. People do not fear buying an electric car. They fear what happens years later. How long will the battery last? What happens if it fails? Will I be stuck with a car that costs more to fix than it is worth? Those are fair questions, and Tesla knows it. That is why the Model 2 is not built around cutting-edge, fragile battery chemistry. It is built around stability and longevity. Tesla is expected to use lithium, iron phosphate, or sodium-based battery technology. These chemistries prioritize long cycle life over extreme performance. They are less sensitive to temperature, less prone to rapid degradation, and far more predictable over time. In plain terms, this battery is designed to age slowly. Most drivers do not need extreme acceleration. They need a battery that works reliably year after year without drama. Tesla designs these packs to handle thousands of full charge cycles. That translates to hundreds of thousands of miles for the average driver. For many owners, the battery will last longer than the rest of the car. Now let us talk about replacement cost, because this is where fear turns into numbers. Battery prices have been falling steadily for years. Tesla builds cells at scale. They control manufacturing, supply chains, and software management. That means replacement costs in the future are expected to be far lower than what early electric vehicle owners experienced. And here is something people often miss: a gas car hides its failure costs until they explode. Engine rebuilds, transmission replacements, exhaust system failures. Electric vehicles concentrate risk into one component, but that component is engineered, monitored, and protected continuously by software. Tesla vehicles actively manage battery health. Charging behavior adapts over time. Thermal systems protect the pack in hot and cold conditions. This is not a passive system. It is constantly working to extend its own lifespan. The result is not a battery that never fails. It is a battery that fails far less often and far more predictably. And that predictability is the real value. In the next chapter, we will talk about depreciation and resale value, because price on day one does not matter if value collapses later. We will break down whether a $12,749 Model 2 holds value better or worse than traditional gas cars over time. Depreciation, resale value, and the quiet advantage. Now, let us talk about the cost. People feel the least but lose the most money to depreciation. It is silent. It does not send a bill, but it erases value every single year. A traditional gas car loses a large portion of its value quickly, not because it is abused, but because complexity ages badly, engines wear, transmissions age, emission systems fail. Repair risk increases with time, and buyers know it. That fear pushes resale values down. Now, compare that to the Tesla Model 2. Electric drivetrains are simpler, fewer moving parts, less mechanical wear, less uncertainty for the next owner. That alone changes resale psychology. But Tesla adds something else that gas cars do not have. Software support. Instead of aging quietly, the car improves over time. Efficiency updates, battery management improvements, interface refinements that make the vehicle feel newer, not older. That matters in resale. A future buyer is not just buying a used car. They are buying into an ecosystem that continues to evolve. And here is where the math becomes interesting. When a car starts at $12,749, there is simply less value to lose. A $50,000 car losing half its value is painful. A $12,749 car losing a portion of its value is manageable. Lower entry price reduces depreciation risk. That is the quiet advantage most people miss. In the next chapter, we will bring everything together. Purchase price, ownership cost, battery life, depreciation, and we will answer the only question that really matters. Is the Model 2 at $12,749 realistic, or is it just another number designed to grab attention? Is the $12,749 Model 2 actually real? Now, we answer the question everything else leads to. Is a Tesla Model 2 at $12,749 realistic, or is it just a number designed to create excitement? The answer is not simple, but it is clear. This price is not about generosity. It is about manufacturing math. Tesla has spent years reducing costs in ways traditional automakers cannot copy quickly. Gigacasting replaces hundreds of parts with a few large components. Simplified wiring architecture reduces material and labor. Battery chemistry choices prioritize cost stability over extreme performance. Factory scale spreads fixed costs across massive production volumes. When all of those decisions stack together, the math changes. This is not Tesla building a cheap car. This is Tesla building a cost-controlled car, and that distinction matters. Could this price fluctuate? Yes. Could initial versions be limited or region-specific? Also yes, but the direction is real. Tesla does not need the Model 2 to generate massive profit per unit. They need it to expand their ecosystem, increase volume, and lock in long-term customers. That is the same strategy used with early electric vehicles, energy storage systems, and solar products. Lower margins, higher scale, long-term dominance. So when people say, this price makes no sense, what they really mean is, it does not make sense under the old way of building cars. Tesla is not using the old way. In the final chapter, we will bring everything together one last time and answer the only question that truly matters to you. Not whether this price is possible, but whether it makes sense for your life and your money. Finally, so now we land on the only question that actually matters. Not whether a Tesla Model 2 at $12,749 sounds exciting. Not whether it breaks the internet, but whether the math makes sense for real people living real lives. And when you step back and look at everything together, purchase price, ownership cost, maintenance, battery longevity, and depreciation, the picture becomes very clear. This car is not designed to impress strangers. It is designed to stop quietly draining your money every year. It is not built to win spec sheet battles. It is built to win long-term ownership for people tired of gas bills that never end, repairs that always arrive at the wrong time, and depreciation that wipes out years of savings. This price is not shocking. It is logical. That does not mean it is for everyone. If you want luxury finishes, excess power, or status-driven features, this is not the right vehicle. If you replace cars every few years just to stay current, this probably does not matter to you. But if you value predictability, lower long-term costs, and a car that works quietly in the background without constant financial stress, this conversation is worth taking seriously. That is why this model has people talking. Not because it is cheap, but because it forces people to finally confront where their car money actually goes. If this kind of honest, no-hype breakdown helps you think more clearly about big financial decisions, please subscribe my channel, because this is exactly what we focus on here. And if you found this video useful, take a moment to like it and share it with someone who still believes the sticker price is the only number that matters, because once you understand the real math, it is very hard to unsee it. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe my channel so you do not miss the next breakdown that could save you thousands over time. I will see you in the next one.